Okay, England have won a thriller at Lords against New Zealand in the Cricket World Cup final. It goes to a super over. I've watched this all day. I've watched this since 10:30 this morning. It's now, as I'm recording this, 5 to 8. This has been a thrilling day's play. Now, New Zealand bat first. They get 241 for 8. It's overcast in the morning. There had been rain. The covers were off late. So that's got added pressure on whoever wins the toss, whoever gets to bowl first. The covers were off late. That's affected the conditions, the wicket, everything like that. They bat first. Guptill didn't bat well. He struggled throughout the tournament. He's out for 19. Bowled by Wokes. Now, Wokes got 3 wickets today. Plunkett got 3 wickets today. Now, Nicholls and Latham, their 2 top scorers, really carried the innings. But at the same time, Nicholls was very slow out the gate. Latham basically tried to prop up the lower order. The issue was there were regular losses of wickets at regular intervals. Wokes and Plunkett have really done a number on them with their bowling attack, but Jofra Archer against de Grandhomme, that was a battle for 1 over, really mixing up slow bouncers, fast-paced Yorkers. He got hit in the helmet. De Grandhomme, their big hitter in the lower middle order, only got 16 off 28, never looked comfortable, never looked set. And then Santa and Bolt and Henry, they could only manage 10 runs between the 3 of them. However, they did set a decent total. Not the best total they could have set, but a decent total. The overcast conditions suit the bowling attack. And it started to brighten up towards the end of the New Zealand innings weather-wise. And Lords is known with the slope, with the conditions. It can be a bowling-heavy wicket at times with the conditions if they're overcast. Looking at the weather now, it's beautiful, bright sunshine outside in the southeast of England. That would suit batting. But, they set the total. Plunkett and Wokes, the pick of the bowlers. Jofra Archer's over against de Grandhomme and his wicket of Henry. The way he bowled those last couple of overs, especially that death over, is absolutely brilliant. Wood gets the other wicket of Taylor, but he injures himself. Which is a crying shame because he was decent with ball in hand today, did a side strain, hence why Vince catches Latham as substitute fielder. And you're going to see a lot of this with Southee as a substitute fielder on for New Zealand in their fielding display. The substitute fielders are really crucial in this game. And there'll be some who complain about substitute fielders and the rules around it. But, they're not going to bat. They're just there to field. They can't bowl. They're just there for fielding. Even though Southee can bowl, he's just fielding. Now, England come in, and the target they've got to get at 241 is catchable. It is doable. It's not the highest total that's been set in this World Cup by a team. It is doable, but England decided to have a bit of a batting collapse. England had a bit of a batting collapse. They had a slow start. Roy and Root and Morgan didn't get in at all. Really underperformed. Bairstow looked wobbly. So your top 4 didn't perform. And when Stokes and Buttler come in, it's a mess. Roy's gone for 17. Bairstow's gone for 36. Root's gone for 7. And Morgan's gone for 9. So when Buttler and Stokes are at the crease, when they come in, England are in trouble. They really are losing this World Cup. They're losing this final. Stokes and Buttler pull off a masterclass of calm, controlled batting, and Buttler pulling off some of his shot selection. Buttler is a joy to watch. Josh Buttler is an absolute joy to watch when he is batting because he's so unpredictable. The way he loses his wicket to Ferguson, he mistimes it. He has that in his locker though, where he'll go for a big shot and he'll get the timing wrong. He is caught, and at that point, I thought that's it. World Cup's gone. I actually believe when Buttler went, I thought that was the World Cup gone. No one could stick with Stokes. It was all on Ben Stokes, and Ben Stokes is not looking 100%. Either he's injured himself in the field in New Zealand's innings, because he looked like he might have pulled a calf muscle or wasn't 100% fit. He only bowled 3 overs, which is really surprising as he can be a clutch bowler in pressure situations. So he barely bowls, and he's struggling to run the short 1s and 2s in the wickets. So after Butler's out, that's a problem. Wokes in and out within 4 balls. Plunkett gets 10, and Plunkett can hit big, but he hasn't got the time to get himself set, play himself in, and then start to be expansive. He's got to hit big off the get-go, and he gets himself out for 10 off Bolt's bowling. And then Archer, Rashid, and Wood and Rashid, they know they've got to keep Stokes on strike. They know he cannot, be off strike. Yes, they can put back to ball. Wood's injured. He's got a side strain, so he can't hit big. Rashid can hit runs. He's done it at test level. He's done it at 50 over level, but he's only got a few balls to do it. Archer, he can bat as well, but he's clean bowled first ball. In the end, when Wood is run out, it's 241 all out, which means super overs. The thing is, the advantage is with England. They had more boundaries than New Zealand in the 50 over play. And if it came down to equal scoreline, which it did, favour goes to England because they had more boundaries in the 50 overs of play. Now, Stokes is blowing a gasket here. He is not fit. He cannot run between the wickets. But Stokes and Buttler have been the most effective batsmen. They've got their eye in. They know what the pitch is like now. Stokes was not out for 83. Butler's got 59 on 59 balls. Butler's got a strike rate of 100 in normal play. Stokes has nearly got a strike rate of 100 himself. They go in. Stokes and Butler get the boundaries when they're needed. They also manage to run singles where they're needed. Stokes is struggling at this point. Butler's last boundary, though, is crucial. It's 15 for no wicket. They make it through the super over. Bolt's bowling. Bolt tried to go for Yorkers. He tried to go, put them on the back foot. Josh Butler has got that wheelhouse. He can bat 360. Stokes has got power in his upper body. They both got their eye in from earlier. They're both warmed up. They're ready to go. Butler clearly can deal with the pressure situations. Stokes, I think, he's just going on emotion right at this point. They get 15 for no wicket. Neesham and Guptill are the batsmen chosen for New Zealand to face Jofra Archer. So they put the rookie in. They could have put Plunkett. They could have put Wokes. Wood can't bowl. Stokes is done. They could have gone for Plunkett or Wokes. Two of their more experienced bowlers. They go with Jofra Archer. And what he had done at the end of the New Zealand innings to de Grandhomme and how he had bowled Henry, he had proved a masterclass in his second spell. He bowled 5 straight overs. He bowled a brilliant second spell where he was mixing the pace, the bounce, the width. He was really going. He was bowling perfectly. However, Neesham goes after him. After the wide on the first ball, Neesham goes after him and clubs it. He smashes it out of the ground. Pressure's on England now. Pressure's off New Zealand. It's on England. Now, there's a wide in there, so technically they get a free hit. Neesham, he's a big hitter. They've decided to go up there. Well, they know Jofra Archer is going to be the bowler. Neesham's out there to attack his bowling. And what Jofra Archer does really... I felt we could lose the World Cup here. Jofra Archer is trying to bowl Yorkers, and that's not where he was successful in normal play. He was bowling bouncers and slower pace balls. He puts a slower pace ball in there. Neesham gets a single. Guptill's on strike. Now, Guptill can run. He's got pace. He's a quick runner between the wickets, but Guptill gets run out because what he has just done is hit a single. They need to get 2. He's run out, and therefore it's 15 for 1. And by virtue of having more boundaries, this is how bizarre this is, England win the World Cup. They had more boundaries in regular play. From Butler getting out to Guptill being run out, that last hour, I have never felt more tension in all my life. On the TV, you could see it in the grandstand, you could see it on the players' faces. And this is England's 4th attempt at the final. The previous 3, they batted second and lost. This is New Zealand's 2nd final in a row. And again, this from Butler getting out, mistiming a shot, to Guptill being run out. I've never seen tension like it in a short format game. I've not seen a match like this since the 2005 Ashes final day at the Oval, England, with Paul Collingwood getting the winning runs. I've not seen a cricket match this tense in 14 years. This is also the first match that I've watched on free-to-air TV since that Test match at the Oval, all those years ago. And had New Zealand been playing Australia in the final, I would want the Kiwis to win. I honestly do mean that. I think the Kiwis have been a real surprise package. And at the same time, for a nation so small in population, that's more of a rugby nation. The fact that this New Zealand team is one of the best teams in the world at test level and at the shorter formats of the game is a tribute to their organisation, their depth and their talent. England hosts a lot of pressure on them. They've done it. They've done it, which basically means now what we need now is a Rugby League World Cup, and then we've completed the clean sweep of all the big tournaments of football, rugby union, cricket, rugby league. That's what we need now is a Rugby League World Cup when we host it in 2 years' time. But the way Stokes and Butler and Jofra Archer dealt with that pressure in the last hour of the game is a testament to their character. New Zealand, I think this is possibly the best side that we could have played. They were basically equal throughout the game. These are two evenly matched teams and someone had to win. And it's because of the way we scored our runs with Stokes and Butler getting more boundaries, because New Zealand, while they kept the score going, they didn't get enough boundaries, not enough fours, not enough sixes, and that has proved crucial. And also there's the bizarre thing where Stokes gets 2 sixes in an over, one where he actually hits it for 6, and the other one where he's hit it for 2. They're running for the second run, and he's so knackered, he's dived. The fielder has thrown the ball, and it's pinged off his bat as he's diving into the crease, and he's gone for 4, and that is 6 under the rule book. And that is one of the more bizarre incidents I've ever seen. But credit to both teams. And if England hadn't made the final, if they hadn't been Australia, I would have wanted New Zealand to win this tournament. These are the two best teams in the tournament. They've gone head to head. And while there weren't as many runs as we would like to see necessarily, and not as many sixes and not as many fours, this was an intense game played by two top quality teams. So it's a credit to cricket, and hopefully we see more free-to-air cricket on TV in this country, because had England not made the final, I don't think Sky Sports put this final on TV. If Australia and New Zealand were playing the final, this is not on free-to-air TV, which would have been a sick joke. The tournament should have been on free-to-air TV. I'm going to leave on that note. I'm not a fan of putting sports, especially international sport, behind a paywall. And a sport like cricket that desperately needs more fans to come in, more people to want to play the game, to be seen as less elitist. This final is the blueprint for cricket going forward. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, place your comments below, and I'll have some more videos for you very, very soon.